and welcome. I am going to be making a video today that has been so highly requested. By the way, I'm filming on an iPad, so it's just too hard to look at that little thing. I'm just going to be looking at myself. So this is a video all about my experience with Roaccutane. I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly what it does, but I know that it flushes everything out and dries up your skin so that it doesn't actually produce what's going to be causing spots and acne. But it's like basically a very, very, very strong acne curing medication. Basically, I started getting acne in high school, which is quite common. And I didn't even know it was acne at first. It was these little tiny raised bumps on my forehead, and only my forehead. I didn't have any blackheads, nothing else on the lower part of my face. It was just on my forehead. And I was starting to be like, oh, I wonder what's going on there, because I had a pretty good skin regime. I started it pretty young. This was when I was about 16 that I started experiencing skin issues, by the way. I had a pretty good skin regime. I took care of my skin from a young age because my mum had looked after her skin for so long in her life, and so she encouraged me to do the same. So I was basically just being super careful. Drank lots of water, like I was just, like I had pretty good skin. And then I started getting these little bumps, and they did not go away for months. Like they just sat there under the surface of my skin, and the texture of my skin was so disgusting. I felt it was so disgusting. And my mum was like, no one will notice that, Hannah. But yes, okay, mum, I felt like people would notice. It was making me feel gross. And finally I went to the doctor, and she was like, yeah, hun, you've got acne. And I was like, no, I don't even use that word around me. Like, that's so rude. And she was like, I'll just prescribe this for you. You can go on it for 3 months and your skin will probably be fine. So I went on minocycline, I think it's called. It's an antibiotic that's supposed to clear your skin up. And it did. It cleared it up for quite a while, and then it came back. So I went on a higher dose of that antibiotic, and then it went away for it again, and then it came back. And it just was this constant cycle of really like annoying like acne bumps. And then as the time went on, it like eventually, obviously, those bumps had to come to a surface and were almost like prolonging it, I feel. I don't really know. But they just, like, I just started getting quite bad acne, and it was always on my forehead. Just that whole time, with that whole like season of going on minocycline, it was always on my forehead. I didn't get it anywhere else. And then, so my doctor prescribed me the pill, and so I was on the pill, and I was on minocycline or doxycycline, and so I was taking both at one point, and my skin was pretty good for a while then, and then it came back better than ever. It was like, I'm here to stay, Han. Like, I'm not leaving your face. After quite a while, I was 19, and it had gotten to like a kind of cystic stage of cystic acne. It's almost like that whole few years of having acne just got worse and worse and worse and worse. No matter what we tried. I changed my diet. I stopped having dairy. I started drinking a ridiculous amount of water for a while. I did an elimination diet. Like, I was trying everything. I started getting, like, I got facials. I was trying different skincare regimes, and nothing was working. Nothing. Like, I am dead set. Nothing was working for my skin. It was just horrible. But finally, wow. Loving that sun. Finally, I had enough of the crap. It was last year, and I was starting my little modeling career, and it was really upsetting me that my skin would suddenly break out, and there would be no reason for it either. It would just suddenly break out and just like all over my forehead. So I asked my mum if I could see a dermatologist, and she took me to see this beautiful dermatologist, and she prescribed me Roaccutane. She also put me on Estelle 35, which is a contraception pill, but it's also used to help with acne. She said that if she puts me on Roaccutane, and then, wow, literally what is going on? She said that once the course of Roaccutane, 6 to 8 months, was done, that I would want to have something regulating my clear skin and regulating my hormones so that it didn't come back. So she put me on Estelle like as soon as I pretty much started Roaccutane, so my body could get used to that, my body could get in a good pattern, and I'm still on that now. So now that I've finished Roaccutane, that's what's kind of like regulating my hormones and regulating my skin and keeping it nice. I started it in January last year. Another reason that I did start it was because I was doing pageants, beauty pageants, and I wanted to make sure that my skin would be nice if I wanted to pursue that, and especially if I won a beauty pageant. I was Mini Miss Tasmania at that point too, and I was sick of like the fact that I could never have a stable skin. I went on Roaccutane in January 2018. I actually vlogged up to, I think, up to 50 days, day 50 of being on Roaccutane. And then I just took a photo diary of pretty much the whole time, but especially at the beginning when I was purging, because I wanted to look back and be like, thank crap my skin doesn't look like that. It's very like raw and vulnerable to share those photos with you, because obviously I have no makeup on. I'm completely like barefaced with all of my blemishes and flaws out. But I think if it will be helpful for even at least one person, then I want you guys to see that. So you'll see those videos and clips and photos throughout the video.
This is my skin at the moment. So, feeling good. This is my skin today. It is made me cry this morning because I just thought it looked so disgusting. It looks like I have a disease. And as you can probably tell, I cannot move my lips at all. They are so painful. I can't even describe how painful my lips are right now. Like, oh, I don't even know what's wrong with that. 28th of January skin and lips. Day 6 of being on Roaccutane. Today's the first day that I've noticed that I've had quite dry eyes, which isn't very comfortable. But other than that, symptom-wise, just my lips mainly. They've kind of blistered, that's how dry they were. And overall dryness, that it's making me kind of itchy. You can see here I've been itching. Just really dry, so I'm going to try and moisturize a lot more often. Skin, this is what it's looking like. It is day 7, so it's been a week on Roaccutane, and I want to show you my skin because it is so bad. I woke up at 5 AM because I was in pain, like my skin woke me up. Day 9 of being on Roaccutane. Yesterday I didn't film, mainly because it was looking so good and I didn't want to jinx it, but it has gone bad anyway. Oh dear, I look disgusting. My mental space is a lot better though, which is good obviously. And symptom wise, when I open my mouth, it is so dry in the corners of my lips, like not even as much just in the centers, but I see. Oh, it hurts so bad. Other than that, obviously getting a little bit of, quite a bit of dryness on my face and body. My scar has been drying up, which has been very uncomfortable. Day 10 of being on Roaccutane. I've put tea tree oil on this. Okay, I think it's day 11. I can't remember though. So, anyway, look at my lips. They are so dry. I can't even like tell you how sore and dry they are. This is my skin, symptom-wise. Other than the dry lips, is just my scar gets very dry. Day 14 on Roaccutane, I thought I would just film myself as soon as I woke up so that I hadn't touched my skin and you could see what it looks like as soon as I wake up. It is so thirsty. Day 19 on Roaccutane. I didn't film yesterday, but oh, it's actually not looking as good as I thought it was looking. Day 20 of being on Roaccutane. I feel better because my skin, most of it is empty, and it's now on my forehead, all like scarring. But I'm upset because I've continued to like pick at my skin every time, and that's why it's so bad and like not healing. Also, I've noticed now, which is probably like not, I don't know if this is symptomatic, but no, it must be because my skin never does this. When I've picked too hard on something, it's now not healing, like my skin won't heal. Day 21, week 3 of being on Roaccutane. I am still not very happy with my skin. I woke up this morning thinking that my skin was looking a lot better, and I went into Mum and was like, Mum, look at my skin. And she was like, oh, it's getting there. But it looks disgusting. I'm so upset. It just won't cover with concealer, and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So that's day 23. Good morning. Just gotten up. I'm a bit sad about my skin today. Also, my lips are so dry because I haven't put anything on them yet. But today is day 24, so we're nearly at the end of the first month of being on Roaccutane. Day 28 of being on Roaccutane, I'm starting to get the Roaccutane glow, which you can probably see. Probably mainly because of how much I'm moisturizing my skin, but also because that's what happens, like you start to get a glow, and I'm loving it. If you can see that my nose is wet, I actually have lanolin up there because of a symptom I'm having, which is a dry inside of my nose, and it is awful. Like, it's awful. I am getting dry eyes when I wake up in the morning after sleeping, and consistent dry nose, but I'm starting to see healthy skin coming through, and that's really exciting. So yeah, that's day 28, nearly at the end of month 1. 1 month of being on Roaccutane. My little dog. I'm just showing you that I accidentally like smiled and cracked my lip, and it just bleeds so much. 1 month of being on Roaccutane. I actually did think that it would be a little better by now, but yeah, that's how we're going. Day 32 on Roaccutane. I'm getting a lot happening here, which hasn't been as bad as my forehead, but my forehead is starting to clear up, and now it's happening all around here. I've just like woken up about 15 minutes ago, and I wanted to tell you about a symptom that I've been having, which is that when I wake up I have such dry eyes that it is so uncomfortable. I cannot even describe to you. It has been happening for the past week, and I forgot to document it, but my eyes are fine during the day, but as soon as I wake up from in the morning, my eyes, I like can hardly like see. It's the worst feeling. Today is day, I think, 36, and this is my skin. Look how beautiful all of that is up there. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen my forehead clear like that in a long time. Day 40, I'm really devastated by my skin this morning. It has been so much better over the past few days, which I haven't filmed because I've been so busy. It's mainly just been around here and on my chin that's been breaking out. My forehead has been a lot better, but this, oh my gosh, it's so bad, is what I've woken up with. I think it's day 43. I would be expecting better by now, but it's not. Yeah, just a lot of kind of scabs all over my forehead and cheek, basically. So I didn't do as many like videos after that time, but this is me in the national finals of Miss Galaxy Australia, and my skin was so bad during it. And then right at the end, it started to clear up, as you can see, with my bestie Jessica, who won the pageant. So look, you can see on my forehead, it just was breaking out like crazy and made me feel horrible. And as soon as I got back from the pageant and upped my dose, my skin cleared up like this. It was just beautiful. Clear, glowy, just all of July and August, this is what my skin looked like. And it just kind of suddenly happened. So from Galaxy and then coming back, my confidence and my skin just got so much better, and it stayed that way as well. And this is my skin today. I just took off my makeup from filming this video and was like, well, I probably should show you what the like after is. So I hope you can see. It's just completely clear. I've got very dark freckles at the moment as well because I've been in Sydney and it's summer here in Australia. And in Sydney, I just was in the sun like every single day, so my face is like freckled up. But the only issue I have is just this one little one here and this here, which are both from drinking alcohol this weekend, which is my own fault. But yes, I'm so super happy with my skin.
I thought I would quickly share with you my symptoms. So I had super dry skin, obviously, all over. I had the driest lips ever. They would be so dry that I would wake up in the morning and not be able to smile, because if I smiled, I would crack my lips and they would bleed. And I would also find that if I bled or cut myself in some way, that I just would not stop bleeding for ages, a lot longer than I normally would. I would have to moisturize after every single shower because I'd get out of the shower and feel so tight and dry. I also have a big scar from my, oh no, that's completely covered, from my surgery, and that was probably the worst feeling throughout the experience, was how dry my scar would get. The absolute worst symptom I got during my time on Roaccutane, which is not uncommon, but it's also not super common, is I used to get staph infections regularly, like regularly. If I'd cut myself, it wouldn't heal, like it would bleed for ages and then it would not heal, and then I would get an infection. So it started in my nose. I'd like gone like this and like cut the inside of my nose, and I got an infection in my nose and actually had to be taken to hospital before it became toxic. And I had so many infections during the time I was on Roaccutane. My whole body was just like so prone to infection. I'm going to give you a quick list of my favorite products whilst I was on Roaccutane. I had my dose upped in April and I started at Mecca mid-April, and my skin completely like cleared up within that month, which was just such a blessing because like during our training we had our makeup off a lot of the time, and I had that beautiful glow, and like my skin got a lot better at month 3. Most of these products are going to be from Mecca Maxima or Mecca Cosmetica. So if you have a Mecca near you, then this is where I got most of my stuff from, because I got to sample a lot of things. But the best moisturizer for my face, because of how dry my skin got, was Creme de la Mer. I also noticed that towards like month 3 is actually when my skin got the driest. I don't know, I just found that with myself. But Creme de la Mer by La Mer is crazy expensive, but it was the best possible moisturization for my skin that I could have received. And I like used it religiously, and it just was the only thing that kept my skin moisturized. Because if I used any other moisturizer, like I used Dr. Dennis Gross, I used like quite a few others to try them, because I was like, it's so expensive, I don't really want to continue purchasing it if there's something that could do the same thing. Nothing, like I would see a difference in the dryness of my skin if I didn't use creme. So sorry. Oh, for heck's sake. No, stop it. Stop it, both of you. They're like running around excited about it. Literally. I get that it's your long lost sister, but this is not appropriate. I'm trying to film a video. So Creme de la Mer, for my cleanser, what really helped me as well before I'd put my creme on, every night I would take my makeup off with the Tatcha Camellia Cleansing Oil, which was beautiful, and I am still obsessed with it, but I started using that when I was on Roaccutane. And then for my lips, the 3 things that were so helpful for my lips from Mecca was the Hourglass Lip Oil by Terry Balm de Rose and Lip Deluscious by Mecca Cosmetica. All 3 were insane. But the thing that helped me probably the most with my lips was just straight lanolin, like just lanolin. I just buy like a whole big tube and just go through it, reapplying like all day, every day. They were my favorite products to be using when I was on Roaccutane, and I am so glad that I had Mecca at my hands to be able to, you know, use the things that I did and experiment and try the different like moisturizers and stuff so that I could see what really helped for me. But yes, that's my little product list. My skin now is flawless. Like, I've been off Roaccutane I think for 3, 4, maybe even 5 months, and my skin has never been better. It is completely clear, like 100% of the time. If I do get any spots, it's because I've drunk too much alcohol, which is literally what's happened to me today. And this is the first spot I've gotten since I came off Roaccutane. So I am so happy with it, and I'm so glad that I went on it as well. And I would recommend it if you've been experiencing acne for years and you've tried everything else. Roaccutane has completely changed my skin's life. Like, I'm so happy, and I get compliments on my skin all the time, and just the fact that like I'm doing modeling and I do pageants and I work within the beauty industry, just being able to have clear skin and therefore have confidence within myself and also confidence with what I'm selling as well at Mecca is so important. Yeah, and I love bumming around with no makeup on, which I never used to do since I was like 16, 15 when I first started getting acne. Yeah, I'll go days without makeup on if I'm not at work, or I'll just have mascara and my skin looks fine without it, and I'm just so grateful. I couldn't recommend it more. So as always, like this video and subscribe down below. My Instagram as well, its handle is now at hannahfaye.w, and you may notice that I've changed my name on YouTube as well to Hannah Faye. So go follow me on Insta and of course subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.